Start
I'm waiting-
stream. Stream
Waiting
has been
for
pushed.
The link. Waiting for the link.
Okay, but I have to wait until you tell me that you're ready to go live before I can go live, because otherwise that would be a lack of professionalism. And we don't do
Baby.
that around here
Anymore.
anymore. Wait, did we? What changed? What's
I-
different now? What?
Here's the thing.
Tell me.
I love you.
Educate me as to the thing. Draw me a map to the thing.
Okay, I'm posting on the Reddit. I'm posting on Blue Sky. It's done. I did the thing that I do, and now I must select a building.
Yeah.
So-
Ooh, pre-stream time.
Well, 2 points
The
per tile.
pre-stream has officially ended. The pre-stream stream is officially now. We're doing it. So what do the buildings do today? Gardens are 2 points per tile in the stack where you put the garden. Markets are 1 point per visible tile not the same color as the market tile. Walls are 2 points per wall tile on the edge of your player board. Palaces, of course, take a project or gain a point for each validated project. Residence is 2 points for each residence tile and each market tile on your player board. And the theater is 1 point per architect on the main board. What total architects, not even your own architects. That's interesting. Okay, so way to just go grabbing for palaces there, Amabel. Way to just do
You're
that
welcome.
thing again.
You're welcome.
I don't feel welcome. Also, I don't like you playing center. Must you?
Yeah. No, I
Alright,
understand
I'm gonna grab this wall tile. We're gonna put it in the wall position. Look at that, 2 points. Incredible. It's an extraordinary play here in the pre-stream. How dare? How very dare you?
Do you have a problem?
I do. And it's this.
Well, don't.
So I'm gonna take a garden.
Oh, okay. You go right where I wanted you to go. That's a good job.
You got me. You got me. It was a clever.
Got
It was
you.
a clever ploy, and you got me.
Residence and market. And residence is that one. Okay, well, I don't have any of those.
Hey, Amabel, you're not really talking into the microphone there.
I'm sorry.
We got to get your stream discipline worked out during the pre-stream, so that when it's time for professionalism, and it will be, we're all behaving very professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's of critical import. Amabel, check it out. I made a line. The question is, which king's favor? You know what? I'm gonna start down here. We're gonna see what happens. You made a line. What?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. It's cool when I do it. When you do it, it seems shifty and untrustworthy. What's that about?
I don't know. Wait. Undo. Okay. Place that there. Okay. Confirm. Alright. And yeah, let's do that.
Alright, so scoring for markets is visible tile not the same color as the market. You know what? Let's grab the wall again. I have another good wall location here. Welcome to the pre-stream, everybody. We're just hanging out and playing Architects of Amytis here while we wait for people to file in. get their stuff together. Welcome, welcome. Ah, you fool.
Yeah, probably.
You have allowed me to take a palace. I know how you hate that. Let's definitely get a project card here. Unfortunately, none of these play super well with what we're doing. Let's take this one. If we're gonna make a bunch of big weird changes, we may as well. And then I'm still kind of on track for this pattern, but obviously there's some pieces to that. There's some components. So I'm gonna need architect on the main board. Visible tile not the same color. So like we need one more pink piece for sure. Yeah, I guess let's take this. Amabel.
Yeah.
You fool. You fully justified beautiful fool.
All right.
Look at this. Not only do I complete a line, but I block your line with the same movement.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like something you would do.
Hold on, don't make it a character thing. Hello. Hey, hi, welcome. Welcome to the pre-stream. We're doing that thing that we did last time. Again, more of it. I will take this 4-point theater, and that gets us paid. Hooray. Design complete. Yeah, I think 4 architects per player is a really good number. There's some good like build up and break gameplay going on here. I don't suppose it matters too much which of these blues I take in terms of, what movement it's likely to prompt from you. So we're buying buildings, we're filling out patterns, we're doing things. I would really love it if you did not take this. That is my personal feeling is that you should not do that. So I guess let's just, I don't even know. Like, what am I trying to build toward in terms of like long-term goals? I'm just, you know what? We'll just put it in the empty slot. Planning is overrated. I will take this for sure. We definitely are going to need to put you here. And then I also gotta... Which of these do I think is going to be like least disruptive to set up? Maybe... Yeah, maybe this one. Welcome in, everybody. We're just hanging out, playing Architects of Amytis on BoardGameArena. It's the pre-stream. Today, we're going to be checking out some more Steam Next Fest demos, if you can believe it.
2 in 1 turn.
I saw that. Very impressive. Very cool. Amabel, what's it like to be so cool excited. And also rad?
Got a little excited.
You're allowed to get excited.
I don't know if I am.
I'm the one who makes the rules, and I'm saying yes. I definitely want a project card. The question is just which one of... Like, these two are both really easy to complete here. I guess I like this a little bit better, given what is on the table. And that completes a design for me, too. welcome to Robin. Everybody, welcome to Robin's presence.
Oh, I did that wrong. I did that very... Oh, shit.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
That blue tile should went in the center. Now I'm not going to be able to fulfill that. Oh.
You'll get there, I'm
that
sure.
Field. Yeah, in 2 more turns and the game's almost over. Fuck.
Well, I believe in you.
I don't.
That's fair. You don't have to. You're not, like, required to. At this point, there are enough validated things that I wonder if I should just take points. I'm actually just going to get points. I hope that's not foolishness. Alright, well, we are certainly taking this building. And yeah, that seems fine. So I'm at 10 points right now from this. So like we're going to take this for sure. Green stuff along the walls would be... So I'm thinking ahead about like what I want to do with my King's Favor, because I did King's Favor here. It's only +8 to put it in the bottom row, and I think I'm in position here. I have to make a lot of changes no matter what, but yeah, I think I'm actually going to take 5 points per corner stack that is at least 3 high. Because that's 5 points right now, and I'm pretty sure I can get it. I can get it somewhere juicy. I do think I screwed up by taking 2 plays in the bottom row so quickly. But in a game where you had gotten more King's Favors, I don't know. Maybe it's a better play. Sure, yeah. I see that. That seems good. Point per non-blue tile, 2 points per wall, so that's 6. This is also 6. Well, Amabel, they're both 6, is the thing about that. I guess I'm going to do it this way. Because that doesn't run out a stack. Okay, and at this point I am fine with running the stack out because I have completed my final pattern.
Yeah, no, you won that one pretty handily.
I mean, it was close.
Yeah, it would have been, but
it was basically just the score of that final contract. That was the difference.
Yeah, and if I had been able to score that contract 2 turns earlier that I had, I would have been a little closer, I think.
I did not. So I did end up making 10 points off of the corner thing. The corner thing was definitely right. I'm not sure about this. I spent 2 discs earning a total of 10 points here. No, this was wrong for sure. I shouldn't. I think we're learning stuff. Hey, Steph. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. The pre-stream is ending, but before it does, let's thank our friends over at TheRelaxedMovement, because guess what? It was Relaxed Movement. They were here, providing the background music that I probably have dialed in so low that nobody can even hear it. Woo! All right, let's head over to the cave. Let's go visit Gas for a second while I set stuff up. Talk to the people, Amabel. What are we doing today?
We're gonna play some Next Fest demo, something we haven't done all week.
Something we haven't been doing just so many hours of. How many videos do we put out this week? It was 100. It felt like it was 100 of videos.
I think there were like 8 Next Fest videos.
100 of videos. Yeah, there's something like that.
And then your regular videos on top of that.
Yeah, we got the regular stuff out for the most part, and also a bunch of extra demo videos. And yet, here we are, playing some more demo stuff. If y'all have demos that you would like to recommend, things that you think are rad, feel free to do so. I have pulled a couple things that seem like they're probably a little bit on the shorter side for us to check out. But yeah, we're definitely like accepting requests to some degree. Apologies for audio shenanigans while I try to, set these up.
Do stuff on the fly, yeah. Thank you, Steph. That's very sweet. I was real nervous about that, and thank you. Oh, I'm sorry you've been sick too. That's a bummer.
Well, hopefully I have been able to help you see some stuff at the very least. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first demo.
Okay.
Starless Abyss. Starless Abyss is something that I believe I pulled. I think I have that in my list here.
Yeah, I really enjoyed being able to be on so many of your Next Fest videos this week. That it's really fun looking at new stuff with you, and being able to heckle you.
Yeah, the heckling is really the primary thing. This is Blobun. Welcome to Blobun. It's like it's a little puzzle game. It looks like it's pretty small, but I dig the flavor. I dig the what's the word? The aesthetics. Y'all, I am so fucking fried. Let me just put this out there. It's not because I'm making too many videos or anything. It's just like state of the world stuff. So I apologize for the degree to which I am unable to conjure words and thoughts. I'm going to be leaning on my co-host very heavily today.
Okay, I'm going to do an adequate job. These are lesbian rabbits. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Stephanie was an energetic rabbit, always exploring and checking out new things. One day, she and her girlfriend Audrey discovered that there was strange green slime coming out of the waterworks. I wonder what's causing this, Stephanie pondered. You don't think it could be girlfriend and like a platonic... What if they were just roommates, Amabel? Did you consider?
I mean, no, I'm looking at the vibes and these.
Do you think we should check it out? Audrey suggested. Are you kidding? Stephanie exclaimed, jumping up and down. Of course we gotta check out the hazardous green slime. The pair entered the waterworks and navigated the labyrinthine passageways. Eventually, Stephanie stumbled upon a strange glowing magical amulet. Oh, this is neat. Interesting to find a magical amulet in the waterworks, huh? Babe, I don't think you should touch. See, babe, it's a very platonic form of address.
It's not.
Oh no, it was too late. Stephanie had already fully Alex Macked. And she's cursed.
So here's the...
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm getting this on a slight delay.
Uh-huh.
So
oh, that's right, because I'm not actually feeding you the fucking oops.
So I thought, wait, they made an Alex Mack reference, and then I saw the text, and that was...
I'm going to actually send you the raw feed. I apologize. Like I said, okay. I'm not on top of my game today. But how about that? She replied, looking over herself. Here, I thought you had grown taller. Well, this is very charming and gentle. The pair sat in silence for a few moments, then Audrey spoke up. You know, I think there's a witch somewhere around the continent, somewhere on this continent, who can undo curses. Maybe we can try to find her. Stephanie began. That sounds like a lot of effort. This is absolutely me getting cursed to be a pile of goo, and I'm just like, well, fixing it sounds hard. Can we just like scoot me over to the bed and I'll be fine?
No, I would be like, let's do this.
Let's go to the doctor. Come on. Well, you don't want to stay like this forever, right? Audrey inquired. Well, of course not. All right, then. Let's get to work. Yo, I am pretty... Okay, so this is very straightforward. I'm a little over it. It's not it's not entirely their fault, although this game I think is a good example of where like this is not a problem so much as just like a thing that's like why. There's too much fucking text in video games these days.
Yeah.
You know, how many words did I need for the setup for this? I'll tell you how many. 0. Give me a Patrick's Parabox any day, you know?
Yeah.
And I hate to come undo. I hate to come across like an anti-words curmudgeon. Because Lord knows I'm not, you know, I'm not being like, reading bad, shiny light's good. Frankenstein behavior. But like, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Just like, what if less with the wordings? This is like the whole thing of this game is you gotta fill in all the spaces. Is this a form of Sokoban? Do you think it's Sokoban related? I would say.
I suppose. You know, there was a comment on one of the demos where someone said, on one of our videos, one of the demos, where someone was like, I don't know why you're complaining about the writing. It's fine. And like, that's why I'm complaining about the writing.
Yeah, it needs to be better than fine. You gotta justify your presence there, friend.
Like, writing should give pleasure. Like, Hades is kind of a wordy game.
Yeah, Hades is extremely wordy.
But the writing gives a lot of pleasure. Disco Elysium is wordy and gives a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think a lot of people, especially people who play console games and AAA games, have sort of accepted this like this weird dichotomy where like there is word stuff and then there's gameplay. And those two things are different. And the word stuff is less important, so it's kind of like okay if it's bad because it's not like it's the gameplay. But like the words of your game are part of your game, dude.
Yeah,
like
they are part of the experience.
They are part of the thing. So yeah, this is Blobun. I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere really. Like you saw already.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, stuff's happening. You saw already some portals and stuff. It has a hint system.
It's a lot less gay than, you know, like it's gay in the story, but I want more like lesbian mechanics.
We do have fonts set to silly. It says the default is serious, but that's not correct. The default was definitely silly. These little like whimsical liquid meters are. Not sure how I feel about that. Gameplay options. The lesbian toggle. This game features a lesbian protagonist as well as other LGBTQ elements. If the sum of all this pride is too much for you, you may choose to expunge it with this. Amabel. How do I feel about the lesbian toggle?
Okay, so I've heard about this, and when you do that, the game becomes unplayable.
Is that true?
I saw someone talking about.
Oh, it takes out the it takes out the lesbians. Ain't no video game without the lesbians. Okay, I'm in favor of the lesbian toggle. It is showing you.
Okay.
How functional is the world without the lesbians in it? It ain't. That's how.
There's a comment here. I don't think you can show what a goo bunny head does to a girlfriend in a PG-13 game. I don't mean lesbian like that. I mean, I do mean lesbian like that. But as far as mechanics, like I don't. I want cute. I want.
Yeah, like the level of lesbianism that is in this game, right? Where it's just like some cute girlfriends being cute, like you would get with a straight couple in a thing without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly fine, but
look at what I've done. What a nightmare.
That's not great. Now you're stuck.
Thank you, sweetie. So what am I doing? Is this a good time for me to be doing puzzle games? This is actually, hold on a second. What is the right way to do this? Because we need to cover up those two tiles before, I guess, or after. Before we hit a heart or after we hit both hearts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what if it's like... No, because now I've divided the playfield in half. Oh, it might be the case that puzzle games are just not, like, on the docket for today.
I mean, that's allowed.
Out of curiosity, am I allowed to enter... No, the hole does not work that way. This is an important thing to know about lesbianism. Sometimes the hole does not work that way. How many things can we jam in the hole? It turns out finite. Finite is the number. Amabel, I'm making an executive decision to try to play a non-puzzle game right now. My brain is
okay. That's fine.
My brain is so fucked. That's Blobun. I didn't think it was gonna be like a huge amount. You know what? Actually, hold on a second. Cowardice. Okay. This is cowardice, but also, hold on. The hint system. We should look at the hint system. Did it hit me? Okay, yeah, it draws some of the arrows in. Yeah, I figured it was gonna have to be something like this, right? Will it multi-hint? It will not multi-hint, but it gives you a little bit of a start.
Okay.
That's Blobun. It's a cute little thing. It's a simple little thing. Lesbians are integral to its function, just like me. So, you know, that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just moving on to the next thing. We gotta find a game that doesn't involve thinking.
Okay, move on to the next game.
Where's the game where I don't have to think?
How about a difficult game about letters?
How about a difficult game about letters? Okay. This is a game that Amabel chose specifically to inflict on me because she thinks it will be miserable. And she doesn't want to play it. She just wants to see me.
Played it.
She wants to see me harmed.
Make sure you stream it to me. It could be awful. We don't know. The thing about Next Fest demos, especially live, is like we don't know. These games could be great or not.
Yeah, it's totally possible, or not is absolutely a possibility. Letters game. Let's do it. I gotta turn off the text crawls because I'm an intelligent grown-up. Welcome. Georgie and Aline present. I might not be saying those names at all correctly.
And you're gonna stream it to me.
I am streaming it to you. That's actually happening.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay.
You're freaking me out. Oh my god, text box. What if your video game started with your video game? The text is part of the game. Yeah, well, I was just arguing. The text is part of the game. Where am I? Why am I captured? What is this place? This is your punishment. What? Who is this? What punishment? Punishment. I am the question mark king, ruler of riddles, lord of lost answers, and now your greatest foe. My foe? What did I ever do to you? Oh, it's not about you specifically, B. It's about all of you letters. You've had your time running freely, building words, creating stories, but no longer. Under my rule, the alphabet will be caged, controlled, and orderly. You can't do this. My friends will come for me. You may have trapped me, but you'll never stop the alphabet. I mean, there's a lot of other letters in cages here. Together, we're unstoppable. By the time your friends even think of finding you, they'll have to face my riddles, traps, and, of course, me. You underestimate us. We're more than just letters. We're a team, and we'll break free from your twisted little game. Oh, how quaint. Well, then I suppose I'll let you hold on to that. Do we need a monologue? Can we?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What if games start with game? Because here's the thing. Like, this idea that the gameplay and the story are separate, it doesn't come from nowhere. There are a lot of people who do develop their games in that way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad. Really bad. Something's happening and we don't even know what. Oh, let's all have a big conversation about it. We can't just stand around. Someone must have seen something.
You should be doing different voices.
What is this?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh no.
I'm going to bed. Fuck. You're driving.
I'm so sorry.
How dare you? What if this isn't random? What if someone's taking us? You mean kidnapping letters? But who would do such a thing? Well, whoever it is, they won't stop it. Just be. Are you happy now? Am I doing voices to your liking?
Yeah. Yes.
Fellow letters, listen to me. Something terrible has happened. Our friend B has been taken, kidnapped by the question mark king. He thinks he can break us apart, that he can cage us like forgotten symbols. B is one of us, and we don't leave our own behind. Today, we don't just fight for B, we fight for freedom! For every letter that might be... But what if we fail? What if we also get captured? Well, we won't, not as long as we stand together. That's the one thing the question mark king doesn't understand. Alone we are just letters, but together we create something unstoppable. That's all this fucking text is what it is. A's right, we're stronger together. And B needs us, we can't just do nothing. That's the spirit. Now let's unite and show the question mark king what the alphabet is. Was that good? Are you happy now?
Yes, very happy. I do feel like if you're doing a demo for Next Fest,
Yeah.
you don't need to actually have all the story for your game. You can just show your game.
Yeah. A sounded French because I thought he was going to do a whole, like, egalite fraternité thing. That's why I went French.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
All right. A game by Georgine Aline. Difficult game about letters. Go. I would like to play with checkpoints, please. It's me, the T. All right. This is a badass walk cycle. They've done it, Amabel. Press any key to transform. That's some use of quotation marks there. Obviously not B. B would be a terrible choice, given that we know B has been captured. But what if I was Q? Waha! What if I was W? Okay, we can rotate. I see it. Well, I gotta tell you, it doesn't feel super important which side of me is down at the moment. Here we go. It's here. It starts to matter now. Let me. Okay, there we go. We just gotta use. We gotta use the physics of my greebly bits. Carabbit. No, okay. What if instead of trying to hang on, I just go fast, real fast? Ah. The answer is actually the physics are kind of tricky.
Is there a faster letter?
Amabel, are you a faster letter? That's the real question here. I got you. What's it like to be gotten to that extent?
I'm devastated.
Ha ha ha. I mean, the M's got a little bit more like internal clearance than the W did. This might be a better. Oh gosh. How about a J? Maybe like with a hook, right?
Yeah.
No, the problem is it's actually very difficult to get the hook. I have to rotate in the air to land the hook the way I want it. Oh god. Okay, maybe this is not such a good idea. What about a capital L? It's not a very long L, unfortunately. A maybe. X. Ha 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 ha. Right? No? Okay.
Maybe.
I was just thinking like every side has a little divot, but it's actually like it's just super hard. Okay, stop pressing this side so much. Aha. Yeah, X is a winner. Damn it. X is good though. X is good. Here we go. That jump is like, it's kind of a lot of vertical. There we go.
Okay.
I think we're going to stick with X for a while here. Yeah, especially the way they've drawn this X with the crossover point like 70% of the way through the letters or through the staffs. I don't seem to be able to, well, I don't seem to be able to jump while I'm attached to those green lines up there. That's problematic. No. Amabel, why did you... When I told you I was feeling like bad and kind of fragile today, and then you were like, hey, I have this idea. What were you thinking was going to happen? What was your hope?
I hope that you would triumph over adversity.
Okay. And in doing so, restore myself. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I see. No,
I know you like a challenge.
no.
I think that checkpoint should be on that
On the
blue
blue
bit
thing, yeah, I
instead of
absolutely
yeah.
agree with you. So this jump off the red thing, you can't make it if your shape's center is like on the point. You have to be like way above it. So you have to like get up here and kind of rotate your shape. No, that's no. Okay, Amabel,
Yeah. Is this enough of this?
we're getting to enough of this.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I did not expect it to last this long, frankly.
I've been playing it for like 90 seconds. All right, well, that's a difficult game about ladders. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's gonna be the end of the stream.
All right. What?
No, what's next?
What
What's
game do you-
next?
what
I
game do
got
you
more
have
stuff
next?
queued up. Let's get out of here. The menus don't want to play nice. I am Alt F4ing the game. Oh, there's a new Train Valley. Hey, there's a new Train Valley game. Amabel.
You would like that.
Well, would I? It's an open
Maybe.
question. It's an open question because there was a Train Valley game after Train Valley 2, Train Valley World, and actually I think it sucks. So the question of is the hey, there's a new Train Valley game, will someone like it? Is yeah, maybe, right? So here's the deal with this. I played a couple of levels, as you can see. We're just going to jump into a new one. I'm going to show you what they're doing and how it's a little bit different from Train Valley 2. I think this is kind of like simplified a little bit, and they're trying to focus on a different kind of puzzling. So I paused the game real quick. This is, of course, a game where you can, issue orders and whatever while paused. So at the beginning of the game, we have an infinite number of level 1 engines. Oh, yes. Okay, fine. I will let you see it, I guess. Because apparently in our world, there's no consequences for your actions. We have an infinite number of level 1 trains. We have some stations that want to deliver products. If you've seen me play Train Valley ever before, you are familiar with all of this. We connect the things. This wants to drop off some goods at Purple Town, so we're just going to build a path that goes to Purple Town. Press the button, make the train go, right? You can see it features a very simplified sort of like train building system, or a rail building system, where like they do like a lot of the routing for you. It handles like slopes and stuff. And then down here we have the ability to buy better trains. You always have an infinite number. You can always send out a level 1 train carrying whatever. We're going to buy a couple of decent trains and upgrade them. And so this is how the game handles additional trains. And we have two deliveries that want to go out here when we right at the start. So we'll just unpause the game and make these run. And so a lot of this game is about just controlling your switches. There's not so many routing things in this game, in part because, as you can tell, there's no like systems of building up products. It's just colored stations wanting to deliver to each other. And whenever I want more product to deliver, I can just press this button and it will spawn a need. But the thing is, that's a little frustrating about this. Eventually we'll get more stations. You can see where other stations are going to spawn, and you can see a timer on when the next one is going to spawn. But it just ends up being, deliver more colors. Everything's just going to be a colored station like this. So there's no like efficiency puzzle like you get in Train Valley 2, where you're trying to figure out like what's the best way to network my goods together so that I'm building things in an efficient order. Products and sub-products. And it's just very important to make sure that the trains aren't going to the wrong place. So like here, you can see we have to turn this switch so that the train doesn't turn when it gets to that thing. And that's the gameplay pretty much, is just making sure your switches are in the right order. And it's fine. They made it so you actually, it costs you money to call additional trains forward. So there's some amount of like, financial efficiency puzzling going on, I guess. It's fine. I don't think it's really like a worthy successor to Train Valley 2. And that's a real shame. Like I said, Train Valley World, which came out I think last year, is a total bummer. It's just like not a good or interesting game at all. And I know they've done some work and made some changes, and maybe I need to take another look at it. But like, I really would just honestly, all I really want is just like 100,000 more levels for Train Valley 2. It's like I really like that set of mechanics, and this is fine. I would say this is like inoffensive. It's okay. It's like a good introduction to some of the ideas of Train Valley, for kids.
Yeah. So you say Train Valley 2 is like the
Train Valley 2 is the one that's for adults. That's the grown-up version.
It's like is absolutely like the best in the series. Train Valley 1. I never heard you talk about Train Valley 1, so I don't know how.
Train Valley 1 it's a little simpler. It's fine, but Train Valley 2 is the good one. Train Valley 2 is where they turned up the complexity the most, and I don't know if you've ever heard any of my thoughts on which games are good, but it turns out complexity. It turns out I believe that complexity is a moral and unvarnished moral good unto itself. I don't actually believe that, but I can see how somebody could reasonably draw that from the way I am about things. Okay, so I'm kind of screwed up here. We're gonna just pull this train out of the way. One thing I do like is you can see that the value of the delivery of a train is not just based on its cars here, it's also based on how long it's been out. When I unpause, you can see the value of this train is dropping constantly. So there is at least there's an interesting routing thing going on there where it's like you don't want the trains to be out in the world for even a second longer than they absolutely have to be. And so trying to keep your routing tight while still making sure to deliver trains as fast as possible, because like the pace of the deliveries does get fairly frantic, and you can see each thing has its own little timer here. When this white circle fills up, it will launch the train whether I'm ready for it or not. So you can get yourself into some trouble, especially if you're just like trying to pull extra goods hoping for the ideal deliveries. You end up with a bunch of trains that need to be delivered all at the same time. So there's some challenge, there's some interesting stuff going on. It is not nothing. I like it.
Yeah.
Fine. It's like a 6 out of 10. But Train Valley 2 does already exist. So,
yeah.
There's a strong argument that you should just play that instead because it's better.
You want to play Train Valley 2? We can switch.
I do. I feel like that's not really a Next Fest demo. It's sort of like not the thing we're doing. I don't know if you're familiar with the thing we're doing. All right, so we're gonna have some trouble here. So I'm building an alternate route so that we can get this. There we go. Oops, that is the wrong way. And if you deliver to the wrong station, it just spits it right back out. Yeah, and you can see we're starting to get a little bit of like cross delivery already, where I'm not able to hit everything fast enough because there's a lot of stuff going on. And if I'm not making sure that I have enough upgraded engines, some of the deliveries that are getting sent out in the slower, lower value trains, which are lower value because of fewer cars, but also lower value because they're slower, and so the train is out on the map for longer, so it has more time to decay. There's stuff happening.
Yeah.
There's stuff happening. It's not my favorite Train Valley game, but it's doing something. I like it. I like it when they do something. We're going back to the gas cave. Time to change demos again. How many demos did you think we were going to get through in this stream? Did you think the number was 600? Because it is.
It was not. That was not the number I had anticipated, but I definitely was like 4, and we already got 3 done. So we're
Robin
exceeding expectations.
Robin understands. Robin understands my Hudsucker proxy references, and that's important. All right, new thing. This game is called MechaKnights Legends. I saw
Okay.
some consternation. I saw some Sturm und Drang in the Steam forums for this, because apparently there's a game on Steam already called MechaKnights, and the guy who made that is real mad at the guy who made this about, hey, you can't call your game my game's name Legends, because it makes people it sounds like it's a
Yeah.
sequel or a prequel or something. Yeah, that's a real problem. Maybe don't name your game something so incredibly generic. Anyway, this is a game about MechaKnight Legend. His name is John MechaKnight Legend. I take an oath to kill the dragon, friend. Kill dragon, kill dragon. Look at the dragon.
That's a good
Chop.
dragon. Oh my goodness.
Shop. Oh god. So I don't know. I don't think this is amazing, but I do think it looks very fucking cool.
Yeah. Also, I mean, names are hard, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
I
No doubt.
remember, I once did a board game about the Roman general that conquered a vast majority of Britain in the first century AD. Whose name was Agricola. So I called my game Agricola, and boy, people had some feelings about that. But like, what else am I gonna call it? That was his name.
Showing this dragon who's boss. So you can see I have a little, in addition to health and swords and whatnot, I do have a heat meter, which is building up to a dangerous level. Obviously, in addition to the problems of generating heat by doing giant robot stuff, sometimes a dragon breathes fire on you, and that's also bad for your heat meter.
So what if this game instead was called "Look at That Dragon"? Just like, look at that dragon. That's
Yeah, this is an A+ dragon. This is one of the finest dragons in video games, without question. This dragon could absolutely be voiced by Sean Connery.
Yeah. Bryce says Monster Hunter-like. I'm not sure if that's a description of the dragon or the gameplay, not being familiar really with Monster Huntering.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm doing here is fairly Monster Hunter-y. It's like a very simple kind of... You can see the moveset of the mech is not real complicated. This is like a much older school Steam Next Fest demo. It used to be the case that more of them were like just like a bite of a game, and it's just like, here's our concept. It has become the case as Steam Next Fest has gotten more and more sort of like, I don't know, developed as a like concept in the mind of gamers, that the games are sort of further along. Games show up with more stuff finished.
Yeah.
It's more hour-long experiences.
Can I tell you folks, I to give you a behind-the-scenes look, because doing this show, I mean, your thing's a show, right?
Yeah, you can look at it with your eyes.
Yeah. She's playing video games and talking about them, and that already is quite difficult, because trying to do it myself, boy, I found it quite difficult. But also, like, there's a lot of research time that goes into finding what to put on the channel, and that's especially true with... Okay.
I'm Sir Crispy.
All right.
That's about what I wanted to show of that game.
Yeah, with Steam Next Fest, because like there were, I don't know, 900 different demos.
It was a couple thousand, I believe.
Okay, and we spent a couple hours just scrolling through them, trying to find things.
On the first day, you and I spent like 3 hours together just running through things and making lists. I spent more time after that, and then I also spent a bunch of time doing media research, I guess you would call it, where, like, once you get past a certain point in the thing, once you get past the stuff where it's like, here's the games that we like for you based on your tags or whatever. Here's the games that are similar to, like, people who play the games you like also like these. After a certain point, it starts showing the list to you in a random order. So there's value in going to see what other people have found because they got a different random order than you did, probably. given how randomness works.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of just typing Steam Next Fest into Blue Sky and looking at all the posts so yeah, I spent a lot of time on research this week. This game is called Hypogea. I don't actually know how it's pronounced.
Okay.
It's launching. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I launched a couple of these and made sure they worked and kind of got the idea. And this was not one of the ones that I did that for. So we'll see if it breaks immediately.
It might not work.
But
yeah.
I think it looks pretty rad. It's one of these climb up a big thing games.
Hypogea.
Don't raise your fingers like that. Don't do the gesture. We don't know yet if this game is Chef's Kiss. It hasn't earned it. But yeah, I think that MechaKnights Legends, it shows potential as like a very like bare bones implementation of an idea, and the graphical style is extremely rad.
Now, do you have a favorite game about climbing?
Jeez. I mean, Lawrence Lure is doing it pretty well. There was that game way back when, the one that Jacob Geller included in that video. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Robin, for the super chats. Yeah, Steph, she did. Like, she absolutely she enunciated the fingers gesture. Yeah, that's very kind of you, Robin. Thank you. I don't remember what it was called now, but there's a game about climbing like a large abstract space that was in an early Jacob Geller video. That was the thing that kind of made me aware of that genre of game.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody dropped a thing, and it electrocuted what seemed to be a dead robot body, but in fact, not so dead. Look, it's me. I'm the Hypogea. Thank you. I am rotating the camera already. Okay, delicious battery. Plug it into self.
Is E a really common button for interacting on a keyboard? Because that came up in a couple games that you had me play with you.
Yeah, is that?
And I'm not.
Is that not like immediately obvious to you why that would be the case?
It is not.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, really. I don't.
Because you're already, your hand is on WASD.
Yeah, and then I got to take my finger off to find the E, and then I'm pushing the E
right,
when I'm
it's
trying
right,
to push
it's
up.
right there. It's right next to you.
I get the buttons are too close together on a keyboard is the thing.
All right. So we have this hook.
Okay.
This staff, as it were. Okay, I can get up on the staff. That's pretty fun. I have a very, very moderate jump. Okay, I see how it is. It's very crunchy.
Crunchy and
like it feels very mechanical, the movement.
Okay.
That pole vault is like 3 important parts. There's the climb up onto the pole, and then the weight, and then the jump. Okay, what's standing on your staff? You can jump higher. Aha. Okay. And then
Steph, our stance on keyboards and control. I mean, the thing is, she is a PC gamer, and has been for a long time, right?
Yeah, I didn't. There were several decades there where I did not even own a controller. I have one now.
And I mostly am familiar with console gaming, and then I wasn't playing games for a while. So for me, a lot of keyboard stuff is still very new. And I will tease her sometimes because she will say things like, "Why are you using a controller? You're an adult." But
I'm sorry.
I'm not a baby, so I don't use controllers. but I do find like I understand the keyboard probably the best way to express some of these games where you
Yeah.
need this many buttons.
Yeah,
But
the
for me,
keyboard
I just
it tends not even to be a matter of the keyboard necessarily. It's like the mouse versus the analog stick. I think is really the break. Because there are some games that are much easier to play or that express their mechanics much better with an analog stick. Absolutely there are. And there are some that where it's the you know, it would be better to have a mouse. And unfortunately, for reasons that I do not understand. Okay, that was a test. Is there fall damage? No. For reasons that I do not understand, several of the genres where it is plainly superior to play them with a mouse have become genres that people have a weird like identity thing about playing them with a controller. For example, anything where you need to aim a weapon or look at stuff, obviously you should be playing it with a mouse. There's no like argument there. I don't think that it makes any sense to even think about doing it the other way, but holy hell.
well, I mean, I'll say I find using the mouse and the keyboard together like that in an action game to be very unintuitive and disorienting. I'm just not used to, but I'm more used to like, a couple thumbsticks. And I understand that thumbsticks don't give you the same level of control. And if I got used to the mouse, I would not feel so out of sorts with it.
Well, the critical thing about the thumbsticks can give you a similar level of control, but you have to dial the sensitivity in for that, and you have to in order to do so. The problem with the thumbsticks is they can't go far enough, fast enough. Like you can't. Yeah. There's no good way to do a 135-degree turn with a thumbstick. If at a sensitivity where you could also aim your gun at all. And there are some games, there are certainly a lot of modern shooters that are designed such that you just don't need to do that often. The single player, you see the single player modes in like any like modern Call of Duty or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always going to be a problem in multiplayer because players are sneaky and they come from lots of places.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
I like the way our staff is sort of like our skeleton key for the environment. Everything is how do we use the staff to mess with this thing.
The first time I played, because I played video games on Nintendo, SNES.
I need this to not be so
had
low.
some experience with the PlayStation, and then I did not play video games again until the second Chronicles of Riddick game came out, and I was given a review copy. For complicated reasons, so I had to buy a PlayStation to play it on, and that's the first time. That's the first time I encountered thumbsticks.
That's a good normal story. I like how normal that story is. I got a free copy of a game I didn't have the console for, and had to go buy a console.
Well, I didn't have any. I mean, I got a free copy of several games I didn't have the console for, because like I was writing for a comic book website and I got sent the video game email by mistake for video game review copies, and I was like, "Well, all right, I'm happy to do this." So I ended up writing reviews of the 2 Riddick games because they were on one disc. A game called Sacred 2, which is like a Diablo-like game.
Yep. Okay. Familiar with Sacred, sort of loosely.
The Terminator Salvation tie-in game, and there's one other game I got, and this is I like the style of this.
Yeah, the sort of the moodiness of this is really cool. So this is just like a moment in time that the robot remembers.
Yeah, this game seems really cool.
Yeah, I am enjoying it so far. I'm getting the
and it has
getting the hang of moving and like so anytime I'm in the air I can left mouse to stick the staff out and try to grab stuff quickly like I did there to grab that railing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's starting to it's very quickly starting to feel really natural, just like which buttons do which things, and yeah, I'm digging it.
And
This is very common for this like genre of games where like you're climbing around in like a broken old industrial space of some kind. They've gotten as there have gotten to be more and more of them, they've gotten less, I want to say less abstract and more like sort of post-industrial, but it's not universally true, but
are there any that are like really pretty to climb on? I mean, this is pretty in its way, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
Something like colorful and lush, and
Mostly,
is it all just kind of cold and hostile?
Yeah, mostly it's cold and hostile. Mostly what they're trying to do is deliver a sense of desolation.
Right.
You are in a place and it is dead, and you are not supposed to be here. Oops. I stepped a little aggressively there.
So I mean, this has like a definite vibe, and so, like, you know what I noticed about this? There was not a bunch of dialogue for you to read.
Certainly
Start
true.
of the game.
Ah. Hi. Are we friends?
Is that a friend?
Doesn't seem like we're friends. Doesn't seem like we're enemies. Just this thing has no use for me. That's fair. Seems to be the majority opinion. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to hook onto the metal grating there, but apparently not. Well, it seems like you want to go up there. Yeah, this is a safer place to play with it. Can I hook on? No. The answer is no.
I'm sorry, Robin. I don't think she's able to pet it. You could not pet the.
No, there was no button for pet the tripod robot. Sorry. Can I get up to there, do I think? Probably not. That seems like a lot of vertical. So we're supposed to find 4 batteries in this environment. I got one. There's one over there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I should grab that before we go too far afield. I do not have like a glide or anything, so I need to be a little bit cautious with my horizontal momentum. Okay, I think the other 2 batteries are going to be further into the environment. Yeah, we can see there's lights on over there, so there's gotta be some kind of power. Anyway, you were saying something. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, I don't remember what I was. I mean, the game is very striking, and it's able to communicate it itself without a lot of preamble, and I appreciate that. And I don't want to feel like I'm being, because neither of us are. Oh, why is there so much text when the text is good? It's just knowing what's necessary to tell your story and what's not, and I really appreciate that there wasn't a lot of dialogue here. You know, just the vibe is
The vibe
quite
is the
intense.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can't go up there. So those are hooks. Is this low enough for me to just hook onto it if I do a, not that, sorry, this? No, and I can't quite get on the lip of this thing, I don't think. No. It sure looks like you should be able to hook onto there and crawl across, right? That was definitely my expectation. What's going on? What's going on in the chat? What's happening?
People are talking about petting the critter, and
yeah, that sounds right.
Game should be universally designed with keyboards in mind, so there can be a dedicated pet button.
Yeah, there should just be a pet button on the keyboard.
Yeah, it is more specifically why is there so much bad text, and that's true. But the word bad, I think, carries the connotation of it being like poorly written, and like I also am against like just like adequate text.
Well, there are a lot of places where, where the correct amount of text is very little or none. Right.
Yeah,
And that's the big problem, is that people are not identifying where that's the thing that's happening in their game. Ooh, that might be a battery up there, actually.
Robin says it's like they're being paid by the word, and I'm not actually sure how writing jobs work for, if someone's being paid to write a video game.
In a lot of cases, especially if we're talking about indie stuff, the writer is not being paid.
Yeah.
The writer is very often just like the lead designer or whatever. So I should say the writer is not being paid to write.
Against adequate text too, says Robin. You wouldn't like my writing. I don't think that's true. I have seen your writing in this chat. I've seen your writing on the Blue Sky. I've even visited your website. I think probably your writing's pretty rad.
Yeah, there's a whole thing back here. I missed this. But also, I am now certain that there's a battery over there, so let's go get that.
Stephanie says, I consider text where none is needed to be bad text. One of my teachers always said, as much as necessary, as little as possible.
Yep.
And I think that's true. I come back to, I hate to be this kind of nerd, because there's a lot of reasons why Strunk and White kind of sucks, but I do come back to Strunk and White's thing about, a sentence should have no unnecessary words, just as a machine has no unnecessary parts and a drawing no unnecessary lines. But, it's often used to say, well, cut this, kill your darlings and whatnot. Sometimes your darlings are the point. If it's expressive, if it's moving, if it's doing something, you can be a little long-winded about it. I would say Disco Elysium, for example, is not a economically written game, but it's very expressive.
Yeah. And there are definitely there are places where thank you. There are places where long-windedness itself can be the point and can be expressive. There's definitely how do I want to put this so that it doesn't sound too much like a criticism. There are definitely some places where the Fallen London games are intentionally overwritten.
Yeah.
But for a purpose. But they're doing something, right?
Yeah. Not too long ago, I was rereading the book Emma by Jane Austen, and there's a character in Emma who's really dull and long-winded, and when she shows up, there'll be this long amount of text of her talking in these big block paragraphs, not broken up, to make them feel duller and more monotonous, and is kind of a charming character note.
Okay, but I don't necessarily just mean there's a lot of text to show that it's bad to have a lot of text, right? That is certainly a use case, but I mean certain aesthetics can be. Ooh. I turned very sharply when I grabbed onto the ring there, and I'm not sure why.
Well, I was talking about the long-windedness more as a character note rather than a.
But the point of that is that it sucks, right? You're supposed to be this bitch again, as is so often the case in Austen's writing.
Yeah, and there's a point where then Emma out loud echoes what the reader is thinking, and says something really catty about how long-winded she is, and the woman is deeply hurt, and Emma's good. Hot take, Emma's good.
I mean, I like Clueless.
Yeah,
I've never read Emma, but I do like Clueless.
It's important to also remember that most indie devs have no formal professional training in writing, and
and again,
no dedicated editor.
And like I said, and it's very often that they do not have a writer; they have whoever is around, with no professional training and no backup, and it is to some extent an artifact of just the way indie games are made. So I'm trying to be too harsh.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I mean,
we've created a little bridge for our friend. We saved our friend who was in distress, obviously, and we all picked up on that.
Yeah. Well. Here's the thing, though. Because games are typically it's a form of synthesis. You know, it's the art and the sound and the right, all these things together. And if you're not good at one of the things,
is that a form of petting?
Yeah.
I just took I took one of the batteries out of the brain of that robot. There's certainly contact.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, that counts in the chat. All right.
Yeah. Like, you know, I have a video game that I'm working on slowly in my spare time. And like my pixel art's really terrible. I'm not going to be doing I'm going to get someone else to do the art. So I feel like if I could not do the writing, I'd get someone else to do the writing. And maybe that's a really callous way to say it, but like,
no. And like the thing is that the thing you talked about first there, you know, I can't do the art, so I'm going to get somebody else to do the art, is a thing that's like extremely recognized in the space. We talk about programmer art in the sense of, you know, art that is not good enough to be the final thing, and so it's in there temporarily because you're going to get somebody who does this for a living to do it. We do not really talk about programmer writing in the same way because writing overall is just not valued as much in the form.
And this is also true in board games.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of board game writing just is terrible, and like, or at best kind of adequate, and it should be better than that. And you know, I don't want to. So, you know me, sweetheart. You know how I am with a self-esteem. I'm not great about it.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know how the chat feels about their knowledge of that. But
what I would say is that I do not know how you are with a self-esteem because I've never seen you with one.
That's fair. I write better board game text, better like in-game text, flavor text, whatever, than most people in the space. I feel confident saying that, even with my low self-esteem, because of how bad it is.
Yeah.
And like they should hire writers or just,
or you.
You know, I don't have professional training. I got better at it. And to a degree, there's a degree to which things don't matter as much because, you know, we did that that Thief fan mod level set, the Black Parade, and the voice acting is certainly not necessarily done by professionals, but it didn't detract from the game. There was some charm to it. So I'm not trying to say all people should be getting writers, because sometimes you can't afford that, but just, I don't know, play to your strengths, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Oh man, that is a reach for sure. There's a reach and a half. Yeah, if you don't have a writer on staff, just try not to do a lot of text. Really limit your text.
And I mean, and it's a thing you can. I mean, writing is not it's a thing you can learn to do. It's not a mysterious dark art that you have an innate talent for or not. Like, I used to be a pretty terrible writer. In fact, most of my writing from when I was like 14 is still preserved on Usenet. It's not great for me. But you get better at doing it by doing it, you know?
Okay, so I figured out you can move up and down the chain, but it's a little finicky because move down the chain and swing, like move up the chain and swing forward are the same button.
Oh, that's tricky.
It seems to climb up when you hit W.
You know where you don't have a problem with that? It's in a 2D game. I'm just saying, 2D games.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Let's limit Vine mechanics to 2D games.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. I jumped so late. That was like almost entirely vertical after I came off of the thing. Okay. Here we go. And then up. No, wait. Easy. Okay.
Yeah, I feel that terror very acutely, Robin. So I don't think so Stephanie, I don't think she dragged me into Lost Skies. You know, I was like, yeah, let's try this out. But yeah, it's definitely not a game where I thrived. But I think that provides an interesting perspective, you know, because you get to see someone who's not accustomed to it and someone who is exploring the thing together. I think that's where it's where I provide some kind of value to being on my partner's channel.
You provide lots of value.
Well,
People love you. You're a hit with the fans.
well, some of the fans I'm a hit. Some of the fans not so much, and that's all right.
All right, so I see what it is now. It's the buttons only double over. If you're holding the mouse button down, you can slide up and down.
Okay.
Maybe a little further down here. Well, I found us an artifact. What kind of artifact? I don't know. I'm finding lots of old trash. Hooray! It's trash.
Good.
Now to see if I can get back out. Oh, that was the wrong button. Still made it, just barely. So where else do I want to be here?
So the verbosity you mentioned in the Falling London, London is Fallen games.
Yep. Oh no.
So what can you talk a little bit about what what does it do with it? I'm just curious.
Well, like they're good enough writers that they can do a thing like have a very wordy but sort of like very breezily written. Let me try getting off here. A very wordy but sort of very breezily written, like very sort of fast and stumbling forward sort of passage convey some level of like visceral fear or, you know, like.
Okay.
They do things like they understand how to use writing to evoke and convey the way that like literally everybody who's writing should, in theory, you know.
Yeah.
Except. So, is it enough to just weigh this down? Okay, it is. But now if I climb up here and jump off, is it going to wind back up? Yes, slowly. Okay. So let's fix hopefully the other side stays once we've fixed it. Okay, the other side at least has a valve to work with. So if we get this out here, does it stay ratcheted to the side? Yes, okay. So I just have to do this other part and then get through the door relatively quickly. Also, additional artifacts. Hooray. Actually, I might want to approach this from over here. And I don't mean to say like, you know, everybody should have evocative, emotionally effective writing. Obviously, it's so easy because it's not. And I don't mean to imply that like, you know, everybody else is failing some incredibly simple test or anything. It is difficult. It takes skill, and it's a thing you have to develop.
But just like, I mean, a game should have a decent physics engine.
Well, if it's
feel right.
Yeah, if it's going to be doing those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, someone is saying that I make cat noises in the background. Have I?
Do you? Is that a thing?
I don't.
That might be me.
That's probably you.
We did it. I made it through the door and into the... Welcome. Thank you for playing the demo. We did it. Hypogea. Something.
That was a nice paced demo.
That's a that's a charming little climbing thing. The little protagonist reminds me, the protagonist and their little robot friends remind me a little bit of. Did you see that movie 9?
Yes.
I don't know. Something about it just feels like 9 a little bit. I get the vibe. All right, where are we at here? We're like an hour into the stream.
Okay. Someone. So Steph has described when you skip an endless space 2 battle that I make a very good puppy whine.
Okay. All right.
I don't.
Oh, I know
how I feel about.
I know what's next. Here we go. This is another Amabel special. Amabel picked this one out of the pile, but I think this looks like brilliance right here.
I don't remember. What else? I'm scrolling up in the chat now. See what else I put on the list, because like we covered all the stuff that I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me share this over to you. Maybe turn it up a little bit in the mix. It's a little quiet.
Okay.
All right. So this is Gob Johnson's Downhill Marmalade. Wait, is that the name of the game? I can blink, which I do by middle clicking. We boost with right click. It's a ski-free roguelite. Avoid the obstacles. You don't hit a barrel or whatever, unless you're gonna blink about it. Finish the level. The character's name is Gob Johnson. He's a Gob, a snowboarding goblin.
Sweetheart. You are streaming it to me, but not to...
Oh, no, the gas cave. The gas cave has consumed it. This is what happened. That's Gas's fault. Listen,
the graphics look familiar.
Listen, there was a tutorial. You all missed the tutorial, and that's good. Now we're doing the real thing. This is Gob Johnson. His ability is to blink. Check it out. Y'all know how this is. Here we go. Let's gob. Wait, all of a sudden the music's gotten so quiet. What is going on? Okay. The audio in this game is really something.
Next Fest demos.
Next Fest demos. Not representative of final code, potentially. I picked up a boon. 5% chance to nuke screen on ability use. Hell yeah. And then I used my ability every time it came off cooldown until we triggered a nuke. It's actually a pretty long cooldown. That was that first area. You might be noticing that there's like a lot of weird screen shake. I don't know why. Oh, and now we're snowboarding through a forest where there is no snow, and I can't recommend this. And all of a sudden it's so quiet again. But if I touch the music slider, yeah, it's all right.
Robin says that Gob has the same ability as Belinda, so I'm happy there's at least one other Belinker in the chat. I have a story to tell about that.
That was it. That was the whole forest. Eventually, right? Or you can't talk about it now.
Yeah, because I don't.
Yeah, it's not. Oh no, Amabel!
I'm under an NDA. What the hell? What is that?
I don't know. It's some kind of gerbil or something. Use the boost. Oh no. Oh god. Well, after the level's over, it contacts us so anticlimactically. All right, we're going all the way to the bottom of the route here. I like the little hand off of our thing down here that tells me what direction the enemy's in. Oh no! Last run report fail. I didn't do it. I only got one boon, and it never happened. But now we've unlocked Barb with the ability to rage. Barb's not even. It doesn't look like there's a snowboard or anything. It's just kind of going. Ow. Ah, rage. I didn't really do anything.
Oh, that meter is very cute.
Ow. So these are ramps. I could be ramping. Yeah, it's there are elements of the presentation of this game that are really charming, I think.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all of them, but...
No.
I think we get it. This is Gob Johnson's Downhill Marmalade in case you need... Ow! In case you need more marmalade. And volume sliders that don't necessarily care what your feelings are. It's a strong thing. That's another that's a classic Amabel pick. In case you're wondering what kinds of games Amabel loves. The only thing she'll play.
That did not make it to my final list.
What do you mean? I'm looking at the final list. It's in my Steam account.
No, the list that I sent you, it has like 2 other games on it. Forklift Certified and Stick Tongue. So like I was just showing you stuff that was coming across it, but my final list was a bit more refined.
Whoa. Let's fucking take it down a notch, video game. Apologies to the viewers who may or may not still have functional ears.
Okay, I am seeing it is not on the stream yet.
I know that, Amabel.
Okay.
I'm a professional. That thing I did before was on purpose.
Okay.
Welcome to President Moneyface is giving a press conference. Humanity's boned. The planet's going to heck. Folks, Earth is screwed, but we invented a machine to fix everything. It just takes a ton of energy to turn it on. We're sending our best team to space to collect the energy of 1 million stars. That's the title of the video game. It's called 1 Million Stars. I'm Captain Cool, obviously. Oh, it's a co-op. Okay, hold on. It's a co-op game, and for some reason, I'm controlling all of the people. Wait, no. Do this, and then that's it. How I make it go? How is level happen? Amabel, help.
What?
Yeah. Okay, shoot missiles, boost speed. I got it, I think. Okay. That's a space limousine, that's probably President Moneyface. And now your mission begins. Stay alert, space is full of invaders. You know?
Okay.
Flashing light warning. There's some flashing lights. Stars, I need them. Oh god. What if it was like asteroids, but there were fucking zippers and shit? Don't suck me in. I need these stars. I need 1 million of them for my planet.
What?
So when we touch the zipper, I catch on fire, and when I'm on fire, it is okay to touch the enemies. And in fact, it seems to ruin their day. I'm touching the stars, obviously. Important to collect the 1 million stars. Look at all these stars! Amabel, I'm doing it!
You are doing it. This is a lot of games.
That's 115 stars, baby. I did it. I'm fucking killing it. 1 million stars! Here we go, level 1, 2.
Oh, okay.
Video games. Who loves video games?
Rob suggests you put your base either on the Eastern Mediterranean or Cuba. It's the best way to get a boost to your monthly 1 income. What's next, Rob?
And I can't hear you over the video game.
Lazuli says this feels like a Homestar Runner game.
Yeah, okay, I get that. Oh no, I'm hit. Cheat Commandos. Oh.
I want you to notice, sweetheart, how nice I'm being.
Yeah, can you be nice louder? I can't hear you.
I want you to notice how nice I'm being.
Okay.
In that I'm not saying anything mean about Homestar Runner.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. But like right now, I have friends. Like I have people here in the chat who will take my side about this. When I bring up Homestar Runner, she's usually very mean. And she talks about how much she thinks Homestar Runner is fucking stupid garbage for idiots. Okay, this level has portals.
It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be my brother, and me.
She says these things. And she says these things not because she thinks them. I do believe she thinks them, but I don't think that's why she's saying them. She says them because she knows they will hurt me. Oh, I ran into a bed.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to.
All right, that's 1 million stars. I can't even look. I can't look at that anymore. There was a time. There was a time in my life. Listen, I've been to a lot of like garage basement ass punk rock shows in my life. Okay.
Okay.
I've absorbed a lot of stimuli, and there was a time when I could handle that shit. These days, less so.
It was very loud.
Yeah, I didn't turn it down far enough on purpose. I felt like it was. Okay. I felt like that's what it was owed. I apologize to anybody who found that unpleasant in a way that wasn't kind of like the bit. Everybody who found it unpleasant in a way that was the bit, thank you for coming along on that bit with me.
I do like that the continue screen said, "You got this, dog." That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that game seems like it is on your side. President Moneyface he wants you to win. He wants you to succeed. He doesn't have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Hell, he didn't have one plan. This game's called Flesh Psychosis.
Okay.
Welcome to the demo for
Stephanie
Flesh
brings up a good point.
Yeah.
She knows people who are genuinely into Homestuck, so Homestar Runner is very acceptable.
Well, Homestuck is just... I'm not going to say anything. Welcome to Flesh Psychosis. I'm going to turn up the Flesh Psychosis a little bit. Okay. It's kind of quiet. Gets 2 stars on the level to unlock the next level. If this turns into a hentai game partway through, I apologize. I think...
Oh, no.
I think this anime lady's going to stay dressed, but you can never tell with these fucking anime perverts, you know? All right, we gotta make some croissants, which are made of brain and heart and bone. Croissant. And then some seafood soup, which is apple. Okay. Cook.
Okay.
So I need this for sure. Oh no, wait, that's apples. Okay, I see. I get it. I see what we're doing. It's a little bit of a Suika game, isn't it?
I don't know what that means.
It's a whole... Amabel, where were you when the revolution occurred? This is just an apple. Here we go. Bones? Bones? We need bones. Gonna have to get some bones. I
got her. What? I do have bones. She's my sweetie.
You do have bones. It's true. Chat, how's everybody feeling about this? Are we into this?
So, Steph says, Flesh Psychosis is a weird way to write dysphoria. And Robin Bettis...
I believe that trans people worked on this game. I think that could absolutely be the case.
She's into the lady. She wants to marry the lady.
Even if the lady does remain dressed.
Yeah. I do like the skull, the hair things. What are those called? The hair jewelry.
Yeah, she has like barrettes, right?
Barrettes. Yeah. Those are rad. I feel like skulls as a fashion accessory.
How do I get hearts?
Always good.
Because I can change my ball, but it never changes to hearts. Hearts is not one of the things I have. Okay, some stuff fell in the thing. I mean, I made the seafood soup. Oh, shit, yeah. Fucking rad.
I don't.
No,
Like
are we
that.
tapping? We can tap out.
You can keep no, you can keep playing. You're enjoying it, you keep playing. It just you and I are into different things sometimes.
Amabel, do not safe word if you need a safe word. I'm serious.
Robin says, hell, I'm Ace. She can wear as much as she wants once we're married, or as little flesh as she wants. Totally up to her. I appreciate your dedication to
That's very
agents.
empowered.
It's important to want to have your partner to have agency and choose their own,
degree
to do with their life.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not really. I mean, it's obviously like coming from a world where the Suika game exists, right? But I don't know. I grabbed it mostly based on aesthetic. I think it looks pretty cool. Burger and fries made of brain and apple and a bone and eye. For eye. Amabel.
Oh.
For eye. Amabel's looking a little greener on the gills. I have a camera feed y'all don't have. I'm gonna go ahead and call it on this one. That's a little taste of flesh psychosis. We're gonna hit Alt F4 here. Okay.
You'll need to explain to me the genre later, I guess.
Yeah, it's a thing. Not. There was like a Flash game. It got really popular, and then obviously imitators and whatnot. As those things do. Okay, how about this? I pulled another thing.
Okay.
I pulled another thing, and this one doesn't have any exposed jaws as far as I'm aware.
Hey, what are you trying to pull?
I'm trying to have pulled this in the past, and I'm succeeded. This is Autarkis. We should probably do the tutorial because I don't know how the game works.
Autarkis?
Autarkis.
Can you spell that?
Autarkis. Would you believe it's gonna look? There it is. It's on the screen. It's a colony ship, obviously. There's settlers. They're on the board of it, and that's good for us. We're going 4 light years to somewhere. It does seem like there's a problem. Space is very dangerous. Collision imminent. And then the computer key smashed because it got to a really good point in its fanfic.
That's very funny. I like that very much.
All right, there's a lot of overheating. These are the overheating bars. You can see how yellow they are. Overheating of reproduction system detected. Again, I'm telling you, that fanfic. Now we're ejecting stuff. This game's filthy. Yep, and then you got to figure out where the ejected parts were because you got to clean them up. Find missing parts, repair ship. Okay, I would love to do that. So this game has a really neat little aesthetic, which we're gonna load into here any second now, I'm sure. Now that the story sequence has played out. We're missing lots of things. The computer, the oxygen purifier, the fusion reactor, the ion drive. It's basically this is a real toe jam and Earl here. So let's go down to Vabalayux to retrieve our board computer. Settler budget 15. Your mission, build colonies. Do expeditions to find the missing ship part. Build a rocket, gather your settlers, and escape. Welcome to Autarkis. Look at this adorable little thing. So,
oh yeah,
we'll just drop our main building in here. Then we can open the build menu and place a mine on a mineral tile. Place a house to supply the mine with workers. Houses workers when provided with energy and food. Okay. We're going to need a farm. I can't tell exactly where they're trying to farm. Okay, we can see which tiles will be fed. Place a turbine to supply energy for your buildings. Seems important. Okay, hover over buildings to view details. You can see where we're building stuff, we're making things. We're making metal. Alright, I've played with the time scale. Is that enough for the tutorial's liking? Apparently not. Okay, so the mine could have more workers. This house is outside of power range, sadly. Okay, we're just building up lots and lots and lots of metal. Let's accelerate this process. There are more mineral tiles out here, but I don't know. I'm not going to do anything. They say wait. Let's just wait. Okay. Build a portal to advance to the next sector. Ah. Takes 60 metal. So this is the idea. It's like a bunch of very, very small city building challenges, which I thought was kind of a cool take on it. And then you're just like warping to the next thing right after. And you can see we still have access to the previous island. Let's get some more turbines down here.
I've been meaning to ask you about, because I feel so. We've been doing the 4X school, and I know early on I asked you about some games, and you're like, "No, those are city building games. Those are different." But like the two genres are kind of in conversation with each other to a degree. It feels like.
I would absolutely agree with that. Yes.
And so, is that a thing where you might want to show me some, like, city building? Is that like an elective I can take, or?
All right, so we've actually sent our settlers over to the thing. Now demolish the houses to free up settlers and send them to the next sector. Really? How do I? Okay, there's a button on the house. Because if the house is still there, the settlers are trapped inside. And how will we send them to the next sector via our incredible portal? And then, we can portal again. And to be honest with you, this is a little bit less magical than I thought it was going to be from the store page. So use the portal to send material, wait for more material, or expand your colony to mine resources. So we can use the portal to send over. Yep, that sure does just say material. I guess that's what the things mine. So you can see each island has its own resource counters. So we want to produce another mine. We want to supply that mine with people. This is very like city builder right here.
Okay.
We're gonna need power for all these things. We're gonna need food to keep the house functional. And then somewhere we will need a portal, but we are a little short on minerals right now. Okay, so our house can provide one worker to every building that needs workers within its area, it looks like, but unfortunately it can't feed both of these places everything they need. So we'll just put down another house over here. This house is eventually going to need its own farm. Okay. And then we're having some lack of power over here. And as long as we're running, the turbines in positions where they're close to the houses, they're they're getting workers from the houses and then supplying the houses with the power they need. Okay, so now everything is running at... Oh, that's silly. I put this on the wrong tile. It's supposed to go here because that mine needs power in order to run. Okay, now we're generating stuff at a much better rate. Set up a portal. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the resource stockpile of the other island. We will set up a portal eventually, and then send our people even more forward into the present. I don't know. Here's the thing. I've never been a huge fan of the city builder games, in part because I think that they tend to get into that sort of like not super directed place. You build portal 2 of 2. Only 3 sectors are possible at once. So then we gotta, if we want to continue further, we will have to upgrade or something. This is the idea. Can I be honest with you? I'm kind of not feeling it. Just like,
okay,
I get this. So this is the actual reason. I'm going to tell you, like, I intellectualize, and I'm like, well, you know, they do have the undirected gameplay stuff that I'm not always a fan of. Most city builders, you know, you have important tasks to complete, at least initially. But at some point, you get to the place where, like, your city is kind of, like, sufficient. It's sort of doing the things it needs to do. And then it's just like, well, what if you wanted to, you could maybe build it out that way or out this way. And it's very like, yeah, I guess, like, you know, like,
no.
At a certain point you hit this sort of like play space instead of goal space. And I prefer goals. I prefer to be playing towards something.
So Against the Storm is a city building game, right? But
yes.
Like it's very goal focused, and then it.
Well, the thing about Against the Storm, the thing about Against the Storm is they've brilliantly designed the system such that you just do the part that I like, and then when you're done with that, you're done with that city, and you start a new city under a different set of constraints. They managed to just capture exactly the parts that I like.
Now, are city building games also similar to God games?
Yes. Yeah, they're definitely like they're both sort of like genres that descend from populace to some extent. There are city building games that are on like the SimCity track, and then there are city building games that are on like the populace track, and they're not really the same genre. But they both get called the same thing, unfortunately. And then you have even more like one of them has sort of like branched out into this like survival game thing where, you know, you're an individual person who is doing the rock and stick thing to make buildings and build up a base and structure over time. And those games start to get back into being directed in like more interesting ways. Like you get into like Factorio and stuff. It's a whole complicated thing. I would have to sit down and draw myself a map of where I think the edges are before I would feel really comfortable talking about where I think all the edges are.
And because it's something that you're not, like you said, you don't feel it as much.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how.
I start to play these games and then I'm like, I could be doing something else.
Yeah.
Here's another game. Here's an additional video game.
So many games we're doing this next fest. I like the title. It's very strong.
This game is called Rainbreaker. It has vocals.
Yes, Nick. This next fest is huge. There are so many more games that we wanted to cover. Because like last next fest, it was pretty slim pickings.
Well, it was slimmer certainly. I'm trying to find the right place for the audio here. Apologies, y'all, because I want this to be audible but not like loud.
Who trespasses in this bastion?
Damn.
Flee
oh, that's rad.
and save yourself. obey thy queen. You seem surprised.
Oh, I think I skipped a line of
You
dialogue there.
thought
Sorry,
yourself
I'll stop clicking.
safe from my whispers here in the underground? No one can hide from my command.
You speak of hiding, cowering behind a screen. When I find you and we meet face to face, I will shut you up for good.
It's me, the antagonist.
I like that.
This is not running the smoothest.
Need to bust some more seals first.
Alright, bridge lock is sealed. Go left and break into the vault. These let us progress into the next chamber. So obviously this is a Hades.
Yeah.
A lock. It connects to the vault.
And I mean,
Oi, you there. This ain't your territory, Missy.
Ugh, you. I've seen many good people brainwashed by the signal into doing the Queen's bidding. But you do it for coin. Pathetic.
Who are you calling pathetic? Have you seen what you're wearing?
Yeah, what an outfit fail. Do you even own a nice pair of boots?
I'm being threatened by the fashion police.
Oof. Not necessarily the most,
Intimidated will be easily brought into submission.
Okay, so I have a pretty simple 1, 2, 3 here.
You really think these people, my subjects, want freedom?
are there a lot of Hades-like games?
You know, they're trying. People are trying. People are trying all the time.
I know there's that Ninja Turtles one last year.
Okay, heat recovers faster at higher combo levels. Punches have big damage and inflict coat. Coated enemies raise the combo level faster. Or getting hit drops an explosive spray can. Do you get the... Does everybody get the vibe? Are we all caught up on the... They're trying really hard. I mean, listen, I appreciate laying it on. If you can take it to any number that you want to take it to, well, why not take it to 11?
Yeah. So I do like the vibe.
You
I
can
like...
see the paint effect flying off of the punch now. That's
okay.
nice.
Yeah. I like some of the dialogue.
Yeah, the dialogue's pretty whatever so far, I think. Oof. I want y'all to know that the hitchiness here is not the encoder. It really is running like that. And I'm not sure why. It doesn't seem like it should be stressing this this machine, but you know, it's demos, Next Fest, not final code, etc.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that, because, like, as far as roguelike stuff goes, there have been a bunch of deck-building, point-to-point map things. I have not seen a whole lot of these kind of action games, and I feel like these would be an easier sell to people.
Well, I mean, I got hacks. They're certainly happening.
You when you
But-
needed it most. This is your gratitude.
They're certainly happening, but I think that, like, it's pretty easy to make a card game from a like you know, a back end system development standpoint, and more critically, it looks easy to build a card game. I think, just like speaking as a person who has made video games and has some idea how, you know, a modern game is made and whatnot, Hades is both like an obvious slam dunk. Holy shit! Of course, people would love to play more of that. And Hades looks extremely effortful. Like, you can look at Hades and immediately go, oh, that's a masterpiece. This is 20,000 hours of some of the best work humans have ever done on art here. Like, it's daunting. It's immediately daunting. The idea of making one of those myself is insane. But I could cobble together a Slay the Spire, you know? And the difficult parts of making a Slay the Spire are not as obvious.
What? Oh, think of my poor art before you race headlong into the next fight.
Oh, God.
I feel like my head came between an anvil and a blacksmith. And it won't
Oops,
be easy.
sorry.
But I feel we might be in the right place. Her Majesty herself tried to shoo me away. She's using the signal in here, but nobody comes down here. Nobody dares. I agree. We should keep going.
I just realized that there's gonna be a bunch of like Balatro clones, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, there's already been people trying. The first wave of Balatro follow-ups weren't directly Balatro clones, but rather clones of like the rough idea of what if casino game roguelike. So there was a claw game one, there's a pachinko one, there's a, you know, they're doing that kind of thing, rather than a direct poker likes, because it's a little tricky to come up with another idea in the space. So yeah, we're earning long-term currency. We're using the long-term currency to upgrade our things, and like, you get it. You get it. You know what it is. Oh, I have a ranged attack. Okay. She winds up her lance and hurls a big lance.
Time to break some dummies.
Okay, that's neat, and it like drills into the target. The slam javelin, or slam the javelin down. Okay, and it shoots up all. That's kind of cool.
The javelin is overheated.
Where's my? Here's my heatometer. That's cool. That's cool. It's got the same dash and sprint system as Hades 2. Okay. I will say the individual attacks actually feel a lot less like weighty and meaningful. Like, look at that's the dash attack.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't sound like anything. Heavy Gatling gun. Okay. All right. So now that I know we have a ranged attack, I probably will survive a little bit better.
Chambers have shifted again.
The chambers have shifted. Who would have thought? Amabel, it's like the dungeon's a different dungeon every time you go into it. That's crazy.
Need to
Yeah.
bust some more seals first.
Who's ever heard of such a thing?
A lock. It connects.
We said we don't need the likes of you around here. Get gone.
Oh, quiet your garrulous mouths. Shame you lot can only talk and not much else.
Piss off, big words. We don't need to read no dictionary to do our jobs.
No, I suspect you spend all that hard-earned gold on outfits rather than books.
Either that or a big bag of jewels, methinks.
Methinks.
Okay, that's pretty good damage. You slam the javelin down, and then it's all right. Enemies vanquished. They're going real big. They're going real big on some things, and not nearly big enough on others.
Yeah.
Okay, punch repeatedly while dashing to execute a powerful attack sequence that inflicts coat. I mean, like,
All
feels
fields
like you throw a lot of
removed.
punches.
Onward.
Right, just like a very basic punch upgrade seems like a good thing.
On to the next room.
It's a little weird that, like, when you're running around, you don't have the lance until you start dashing, at which point she is dragging it. Like, it's...
Yeah.
If it's such a problem, just hammer space it again, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I do like the fact that it's some kind of, like, cobbled together motorcycle, like, revved machine lance. It's very cool.
Hammer space?
Yeah. Chat, will somebody explain hammer space to my girlfriend? My girlfriend who loves anime.
I do not love it. Hang on. You are the anime girlfriend. This has been established. You have shown me so much more anime than I have seen in the rest of my life.
Splendid. The chambers have shifted again, but that trick won't protect the Queen of Keys forever. Fingers crossed, this time the Bastion won't make it so hard on me again.
Fingers crossed this time it'll look like I've played a video game before in my life. How dare you? So it is interesting that they're like there are ambient enemies standing around, and then there's also the rooms. You start a proper room battle by pressing a button, but there's also just loose dudes.
A most unwelcome surprise.
Is that you, Ardia? I should have known. Still serving the Queen like a slavering guard dog, I see.
You should never have come here, Clef. You betrayed us. You betrayed your oath.
Against a tyrant, it's resistance.
Resistance is just a pretty word for treason.
See her? This could have been you if you were not so ungrateful.
Ow. Okay, these rolling enemies, that's gotta stop happening.
It is very pretty. Like, I mean, it's very derivative, but it's, you know,
it's got a really cool style, and I don't think it's quite as derivative, maybe as it sounds like you do. But I mean, I get what you mean. Like, it is obviously Hades, right? It's obviously doing that thing, but that's just like ARPG stuff, right? Like, the thing is, Hades might have been the first game of that type that you played, but that as like an action game. Oh, okay, those things are fast. Okay, as an action game, that's a pre-existing set of tools that it's using, you know?
But it's also like very gorgeous and colorful.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a way that really pops off the screen, and yeah, it's a different art style, but it has enough in common where I'm like, oh yeah, this feels.
Yeah, it's clearly doing a thing that is based on the thing.
That is in conversation with, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to see what it does differently.
Yeah, so that's Rainbreaker. It's a Hades. They're doing a Hades over there, but it's sort of a punk, a diesel punk, medieval kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems okay.
Yeah.
As always, I'm going to say this now. I probably should have said this earlier. If you see something and you think, hey, that's pretty neat, I might like that. Even if it's just might, I might like to buy that. Please do throw it on your wish list. Indie devs really rely on wish lists and stuff. It's very important to them. Yeah, just like use the thing. Use the thing. It helps them get numbers. It helps them, represent interest in their game to publishers and stuff. Let's do it. We're not done yet here. Let's do like one more.
Okay.
What do you think?
What do you got?
Yeah, I'm looking. Phil, help Phil.
All right. So she's doing.
Because I have a bunch still.
One more.
I'm trying to find one that looks like it'll fit.
Yeah. I am filling.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
He's doing a great job. Well known for my ability. I thank you everyone for explaining Hammer Space, where Bugs Bunny pulls hammers out of where Bugs keeps his mallet. Okay, that makes sense. Why is the screen? I'm looking at the stream and I'm just seeing it frozen on a screenshot from the game.
Is it not the gas cave? It should be the gas cave right now.
I'm not seeing the gas cave. Maybe let me reload in case something happened with my YouTube.
Yeah, y'all out in the chat. Okay, you're seeing the cave. All right. Yeah, it sounds like it might be a little hiccup on your end, might be a little hitch.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not launching. This has hung. Okay, well, we'll try a different game then.
Oh yeah, there's actually a lot more chat here than I thought. Okay.
Okay. So you've been hitched for a minute.
Physicists suspect that might be a small limpet dimension. The fight music is very Necro Dancer.
Yeah. Okay, I hear that.
And fake Alex Blue is disappointed the combat isn't rhythmic.
Okay, right, because it's an aesthetic that has a style of music like more directly associated with it So they could lean into that more. That's an interesting point.
Cornflakes calls it the boning cave. The term we use is the gassed cave.
Because that's the name of the character there. That's Agast, my skeleton assistant and secretary. She would be outraged to hear me describe her that way, and then she would throw things at me.
Yeah,
and that's the fun. That's why we do it, because you have to know what you're after in life. Here's something kind of fucked up and weird. I love to bring you guys something that's a little fucked up and weird.
Okay, this is because the window is small.
I hear you.
That's neat.
Okay, it is throwing an absolute fit. Hold on, I gotta fix a thing in OBS.
Okay.
I'll be right with y'all. I'm fixing. This window is that window. Capture that and then put it here, and then do this, and then do this.
I'm trying to fill the time, Robin.
Are you? It doesn't
not
feel
good.
like you are.
Well, you were talking, so I wasn't trying to.
Here's the thing. This one's a square. Okay, so this gas cave is going to remain visible behind it.
Rusty Space Flesh.
This game is called Rusty Flesh, and there's a space they want me to hit space.
Okay.
So this is a Game Boy Color game.
Okay.
Somebody developed a game. They describe it as a Game Boy Color game. I don't know if it's literally a game that could run on the Game Boy Color, but I saw this and I thought it was very interesting. In the near future, Earth has become a wasteland, unfit for any kind of life. Nations fell and big tech corporations seized power. Yep, check. Let me get the cursor out of the way. This thing is, it's like a tiny window in the middle 3% of my screen, so of course I needed to have the cursor directly on it. They had been getting ready for this. They built massive spaceships where a few chosen ones would travel for hundreds of years looking for a new home. The Grampus was one of those ships. Love it. Love a Grampus. This does, oh, the vibes are immaculate. Press up to interact with objects. Downloading map.
So the Game Boy Color was
error downloading map.
Like a Game Boy but in color?
Yeah.
Could you play your regular Game Boy games on it? Or are they...
Travel time, more than my AI can count to. Number of subjects in cryosleep, 0. Number and ID of awake subjects, 2. H43L2, and unknown. Number of other entities, unknown. Remember, moving, press Z to use the gravity switch, press X to shoot if you have a gun, which I don't. But we have a gravity switch. Oh, Amabel. Oh, it's one of these.
Oh, what was that game that you showed me that had a gravity switching?
That's a great question. You've got a laser gun. Now you can shoot your way across the ship. That's what the laser looks like. Well, that's a delight.
It was V.
Ah, yes, the letter V 6 times. Terry Kavanaugh says that is how it is to be pronounced. Just so everybody knows.
I mean,
why
Robert
can't
Egger says it's not the Vitch, but that it still is the Vitch.
Why can't I? Yeah, but like the letter V 6 times is a possibility. I would need a tool to open that vent. So this guy has Amabel, he played possum.
Why can't I die?
Okay, I just got to get past it more quickly. Here's a computer. Let's save our game. Okay. Save progress? Sure. Can I get the map now? Hooray! Oh, this is perfect. That's exactly what a map looks like. Okay. So we can't jump, but we can do that. I can't operate this door, sadly. Hold on, I did skip. There was an interactable on the computer yet. When I woke up from cryo sleep, I had a terrible migraine, as if something was moving inside my head. Then I noticed the condition of the ship. Everything was okay on my last work shift, but they only last 10 Earth years, while cryo shifts last 30 Earth years. Plenty of time for disaster. After lots of research, there's only a possible explanation. Somehow, our ship collided with a being we can't explain. We could say it's a god. It took control of the ship and every living creature in it. I've tried everything, but I cannot fight it. I can't even kill myself. I can hear its voice. It hurts. I must obey. Now I understand. It knows the gate. It is the gate. It is the key and the guardian of the gate. It has a plan. I am not F42P6 anymore. I am part of it. Amabel, horror writing. Do I want to access the other areas of the ship? Of course I do. Okay, doors unlocked, except for the bridge. So yeah, welcome to Rusty Flesh. Well, that's ominous. The engineer permission to access this terminal. I wasn't really trying to access the terminal. I was trying to interact with the big painting. But that's fine. So it looks like I'm supposed to be able to push that, but it sure doesn't.
What if you shoot at it?
What if you shoot
with your
at it?
Shooting button?
How about that? How about that, Amabel? No, it is. Well, it's made of wood, so obviously it would be laser proof.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing a critical piece of equipment here. The block pushing gloves. Oh no. So spooky. What are we gonna do, Amabel?
I don't.
And it's laser proof too. So Amabel, you feel like you get the idea here?
I get the idea. Yeah, it reminds me of a Flash game.
Okay, I can see that. So we definitely need to be able to push blocks in order to solve the puzzle of getting out of the right side of that room. Take that, nerd. Maybe this is an ability that we pick up elsewhere.
What button do you use to flip the up and down?
Z or space.
So they had an up arrow there. What if you hit the up arrow key while next to the
Come to me now. It comes from the control bridge, so we've manually locked it. Maybe it's too late. Yeah, I guess I'll try it. I'll give it a shot here. I think I did press up, but let's see. Because up is the general interact button. Yep, you're right. I just fully did not press it. I could have sworn I had tried. Okay, well then, this is fairly straightforward. Getting out here, right? Gonna kick that over there, and then push this down here so that we can push it the other way. Come on, little dude. I will say the controls are not the best. Is this how we do this? Well, it's not necessarily great, actually. Oh, check that out.
Ah.
It's like the bottom half of a spacesuit, but with teeth. All right. I mean, I think like we get. Do you get the idea?
Yeah, I
feel
get
like
the
you're-
idea.
I feel like you're good on this. This is Rusty
Yeah.
Flesh. It is a Game Boy Color era horror game right here for you to play on your computer, on your modern-ass computer, in a window that is approximately 320 by 240, if I had to guess. Let's just go ahead and turn that off. Whew. Demos. Amabel, they're real.
Yeah.
They're out there.
They are real and out there.
There's a lot of them. They outnumber us, and soon they will take
do.
control of our society. Is there anything we can do? Yeah, you can play them. You just play them, and then put them on your wish list. Hey, Amber, guess what time it is?
Oh, what time is it?
Welcome to the post stream. I'm tired.
You are tired.
I'm having a. Ugh. You know, this stream went better than the last stream, I guess. It's been a weird energy. I know it's been a weird energy. It's fine. It's good. It's
We played a lot of games. Hey, we played a lot of.
Hey, we played a lot of games. We did in fact do that. And there's still like, honestly, there's a pretty good chance that I'll make like one or two more Next Fest videos because there are still things that I didn't even try to do here because I thought they would like take too long. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So there may be more possibly, but we're in the post stream part of the stream now, which is where we talk about a thing that we have experienced and loved. I'm gonna turn the relaxed movement back on. A thing that we have experienced and loved like in the past week, so that we could share some positivity, help people find a thing they might be really into. I have a good one. I have a real good one this week.
All right. What do you got?
Oh shit. Do you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I walked right into that. This week I want to talk about a YouTubesman that you and I like to watch. We're very excited when there's a new video. Let me pull us out of the gas cave here. It's this gentleman here. It's the Kitten Arcader, who makes videos about accounting. And if that doesn't get you, I don't know what will. No, he makes videos specifically about like popular media. Like it started out as a series of videos about like how expensive would it be to do saw if you were gonna saw somebody, how much money would you need to saw them, and is that like a feasible thing for John Kramer to do, given that he's like an old sick dying person, where like the whole point of the thing is all of his money was wiped out by medical treatments or whatever. And then he's extended that further, like could Ghostface afford to do a Scream? Could the Riddler man, the Green Man, afford to do the stuff he does in the Batman? And these are really like funny, lighthearted looks at the material. Kitten Arcader is a very funny dude. There's also a couple of other series running on the channel, but yeah, this stuff is great. These are great videos. These are super worth your time. Very, very funny stuff. It's some of the funniest accounting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Also, lots of cute pictures of cats. He's a real thing for cat pictures.
Yeah.
And he uses them extensively. It's very high energy. When I talk about it, when I say it's accounting, it sounds,
Exciting.
But I just want to communicate that that's true, that it is. It's very high energy, very funny stuff. Anyway, that was my thing. Amabel, what you got?
Well, first I want to say in the chat, Nick says that he played Slug Blasters with a TTRPG friend. It was pretty neat. I've heard good things about Slug Blasters.
Yes, Slug Blasters seems pretty cool. I love a good TTRPG.
What did What did
I mean, to a
do?
certain extent, I stole yours because we saw the Kitten Arcader video about
did see it
Batman
together.
and it's a good one. I would recommend go ahead and start with the Batman one. It's real good,
Yeah.
provided that you've seen that Batman movie. Otherwise, I guess spoilers for the Batman movie that you should probably go see because it is actually a pretty good Batman movie.
Okay, you know what? I saw the movie Lola again recently. That's Rainer Werner Fassbinder's 1981 film, the second or third film in the BRD trilogy. It's pretty neat. I enjoy that film a lot. It's very colorful. There are a lot of colors.
Amabel
Like, it's
does
like-
love it when there are colors. That's
Like,
the thing.
what if the screen was entirely red or blue? And I love that shit. I also saw Bigger Than Life again, the Nicholas Ray film, melodrama about how patriarchy is bad and the 1950s were not great. That's a good time. I played another Next Fest demo that was not on the channel because it was a pretty... I'll recommend it with a caveat. It's called Wednesdays, and it's about an adult survivor of incest. It doesn't depict any abuse or anything, but it's a very good, serious take on the subject, and I found it quite moving. But not something where I'd say, hey, let's put this on the stream. So I didn't. So if you think you can handle something like that, that's one I would recommend looking at. It's a serious, thoughtful work with very good content warnings.
Okay, that's good. You were like nervous, but that was good. That was a good recommendation. That was a good bunch of recommendations. Famous color enjoyer Amabel, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
Robin Bennett says, can report from TV viewing this week. Alf does not hold up. Columbo does. That is exactly as I would have expected it to be. I do love a Columbo. You know?
Yeah. My favorite thing about Alf is I read an oral history of Alf, and where they explained that everyone working on the show just hated it so much. And when they were filming the last episode, they did like one take of the dad's last scene, and he just left. He just like, okay, you got it, good. I'm not doing another take. I'm just leaving. I'm so done with this show, and that's charming to me. That's really charming, the way those people just were miserable for like 7 years or whatever. I'm a weird person.
I just want to call out before we go here. I just want to call out the Cornflakes. Did ask, with the stream being called Demo Scene, do we get some 4K demos or even some 64K ones? And I want to acknowledge, I want to give you a little fake medal. You're going to have to know that you received it in your heart because there's no physical medal for getting what I was referencing in the title of the stream. I appreciate that. The kids today, they don't know about the Demo Scene. Their cracks have no... I don't even know what like video game piracy culture is like among the youths. But their games definitely don't have cool demos before them anymore. It's a worse time. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. The future's worse than oh god. Help me, Amabel, help me. Don't let me get all the way to Return.
Return? I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Anyway,
don't worry about it. It's bits layered on top of bits at this point, and I can't tell if any of it's making sense because I am so.
I mean, that's what I call a party.
I am so fucking fried. So anyway,
Okay.
this is gonna be the end of the stream because it must be because I actually fell asleep for a second there. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All of the demo stuff that we've shown over the course of the week. I try my hardest to find stuff that I think is not necessarily going to show up for everybody, to expose things that you might otherwise miss so that you can find the things you will love and then love them eventually when they come out. So hopefully that's been successful for at least some of you. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, like later this week, we got more games. I think we're going to finish Citizen Sleeper 2. I think we're going to play... It's going to take me a million years to do stuff in Caves of Cud. There's so much more Caves of Cud coming, it turns out. I thought we might be getting close to the end. Doesn't seem like it, actually. And also 4Xs and whatnot. All of that stuff is happening. And eventually, there's going to be another weekend stream. I have no idea what that's going to be. So that'll be fun. We'll figure it out together live, probably. So yeah, have a good rest of your weekend. Come back for all that stuff, and we'll see you then.